Yeah, and as I mentioned, Tommy, it's Derry City, your first game coming up on Friday evening. Probably the hardest possible start you could have asked for up at the Brandywell. Looking at the Derry squad, it's still a very, very strong squad. It's a tough start, isn't it?
Oh, it's the toughest start you could have had. Derry City are probably the favourites to go back into the Premier Division. They've had plenty of time to prepare. I spoke to Liam Buckley of Sporting Fingal, and they went up and played them, and they said they were a half decent outfit, and they've kept a lot of their players and brought some young players that were on the fringes in, and they've worked extremely hard over the last maybe month or two, and they've got themselves ready where we would have liked them to be, and they are at the moment. So we're under no illusion. Going to the Brandywell is going to be a tough ask, especially under the circumstances. But we'll go up and we'll give 100%, and we hope that it won't affect the younger players, the baptism of fire that they're going to receive there, because at the end of it all, Cork City v Derry City, it's probably one of the biggest league fixtures in the country, whether it be Premier Division or First Division. So I'd expect to be a big crowd there, but we'll be going up and we'll prepare as best we can this week, and we'll give it all we can, and that's all we can do.
Yeah, now Tommy, you worked as assistant manager, as we know, to Paul Doolin here last year. The fans weren't really taken by this style of football the team employed then. What can we expect to see from your Cork City team?
Well, I know the fans probably didn't like the style that he played, but I have to, in his defence, that the team was extremely well organised. We did, on a lot of occasions, play really good football, and it was played for a reason and to get results. Now we'll try. At the moment, it's very hard to say what type of football, or what would I say, tactically wise, what type of football we'll play. We'll play a style that will try and help us get results of some sort in the near future, and that's not to say that we won't change after a period of time when we settle down. So we're looking straight away to try get some organisation into the team and try, if we can, pick up some results and a bit of confidence. But we will try to entertain and attack and play, and we want to play. But circumstances might dictate to us that we won't be able to for a couple of weeks, but after that, when we settle down, we definitely will try to play attack and open football if we can, and give the supporters something to look forward to every time they come into the ground. But I can't promise them that in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and it's hard as well, Tommy, at this early stage to predict how the season will pan out. But how confident are you that the team can compete in the First Division, and what are your goals for the season ahead?
I think for the club, not only just for the club, I think stability is the goal this year, to get some sort of credibility back in the club, as in, we want that there's no controversy surrounding the club, whether it be to do with buses or paying of players or people being owed money. So that's why things are so tight. So we've got to keep it tight, but also too, we want to try get out and compete and try to perform in the league itself. It's, to tell you the truth, to get promoted this year will be a really big ask, and I think the main word and the main thing for us is to try to be stable this year, and maybe look to next year, the year after, then to do any sort of competing with the top teams within the division itself.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier as well, Tommy, that it's a First Division mid-table budget that you'll be working with. Do you think you can achieve success eventually with that budget?
Trying to attract players at the moment, it's extremely difficult, and trying to keep players, but that will change, and there might be more players that will become available to us in maybe the next window or maybe next year, and we can bring younger players through, and maybe then older players then that are with other clubs, for example, around the country, might have an interest of starting to come back to Cork to play. So we would like to think in if it's not this year, then next year, that we can get ourselves in a challenging position, and the budget will hopefully, when everything settles down, will reflect that. So that's something that the club will work on, I'm sure, over that period of time. But for now, people have to realise that stability is the main and single goal. It's a new club when you think about it. All the Forest people that are there, extremely good people, but it's new to them, and I think they will learn, like myself, over a period of time, and we need to learn quickly. And then when we get those things and learn as we go along, then we'll be able to put more things into place, and we'll compete then, hopefully.
Just very finally, Tommy, just want to ask you, have you been impressed by the people you've dealt with on the Forest Board of Management? Because they're clearly genuine football people, which it's fair to say wasn't the case under the previous owner.
Yes, they have some sort of idea and conception of what football is about and what's required in it. I think my dealings with them so far has been professional, and they're the type of people, as you say, that will be rolling up their sleeves, and everything that's done will be done in the interests of Cork City football, and that's what we're aiming for, and that's what the people want, and that's what the people who are involved in the club now want. So that football is the first, and the club is first in everybody's eyes. No other hidden agendas, no other goals outside of the club itself. The club is the most important thing, and that's why, and that's where we're all pulling on the same side. And everybody will be plugging for that same goal. So that's where we've got strength already in that.